Because as far as I understand, there was no difference between the women's workout stuff and the men's workout stuff. Fujisaki couldn't possibly have used Kawada's Electro ID. Why not, dude? Because when I found it in the entrance hall, it was broken. That makes sense. There goes my idea. It's almost impressive how quickly you surrendered. In any event, was it not against the rules to make use of another Electro ID? The rules only prohibit the lending of Electro IDs. They say nothing of borrowing someone else's. Which is to say you're free to use any of the dead students' Electro IDs without violating the rules. Yep, that's exactly right! Although it makes no difference since his Electro ID was broken. In which case she must have reprogrammed it using her skills as the super duper high school programmer. Objection. Okay, let me talk. Objection. It's impossible to modify an Electro ID. An alarm will go off if you open one of them up. Given she could neither have used Kawada's Electro ID nor modified her own. Could perchance Master Makoto Negi's line of reasoning have been incorrect? If she couldn't get into the men's changing room, then yeah, that's what that means. Then my vote goes to Togami. But is that really how it happened? Did Togami really kill Fujisaki in the women's changing room? I don't think that's right, because he didn't steal. A woman's Electro ID. The other two Electro IDs were still there. So he couldn't have done it. I don't think that's right, but I'm all out of... Hold on. I agree with Negi. I think he's on the right track. Huh? You open your mouth for the first time of who knows how long and that's what comes out? The kid couldn't have gotten into the men's changing room. That means... And just how can you be so sure there is another way? What was that? Explain yourself, Kirigiri. What is this other way? Yes, of course, but to do that... What? Could I possibly request we take a short recess? There's some place I'd like to take everyone. Whoa, what you talking about? If you allow it, it'll make the rest of the trial much more exciting, which I'm sure you would enjoy. Oh, it'll make the class trial more exciting? Of course. Alright, that's cool with me. This class trial is now officially in recess. What? Seriously? So where's this thing you want to show us? And don't think I'll let you off easy if it's something stupid. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Let's get going. Where are we going? With nobody really sure what's going to happen, the class trial went on recess. And we all follow Cutie Cutie. Her destination was... the library? The pool? Okay, back to the crime scene. The women's changing room? We've gone over this place with a fine-tooth comb. What do you expect to find here now? Examine the victim's body again, very carefully. Examine Fujisaki's body? All of it, and thoroughly. You mean touch the body? Don't. You stay away. Oh, thank you. Nay. I'll have to refrain. It would be improper for me to place my hands all over a woman's body. It's not that it creeps me out or anything, it's just that it might possibly be against my religion. I shall do it. Oh, because Sakura is a girl that she's not allowed to touch a dead body? That doesn't make sense. But you're a girl, Sakura. Making you touch a dead body is, you know, a guy should really do it.
Yeah. Fujisaki mo otoko ni sawarareru yori wa onna de aru ware ni sawarareru hou ga mashi daro.
No, it would be more suitable if I, a female, were to touch her than allow a male to do it. She does have a point.
Ware ni makasete oke.
I will take care of it.
Sakura-chan. Are Yuri nano? Futai tte souyuu kankei?
Oh my god. What? Do I smell homo? Are you two lesbians? No, we're not. Quit playing games. Very well. I will begin. I hope you can forgive me for doing this, Fujisaki. As she spoke, Ogami held her hands clasped together before Fujisaki's body before placing them on her. Make sure you examine the entire body, very carefully. That should answer any questions you have. Wait, when you mean by her whole body, does she mean her whole body? To what end are you having me do... Oh my god. What is happening? What's wrong? Impossible. How could this... Ogami's eyes were open wide, fixated on Fujisaki's body. She was visibly trembling. Fujisaki.
Nani?
What? Is a man? What? I guess I was kinda right. I kinda said it as a joke. I see. So she was a man. Thank you very much for your... What? No wonder she... Fujisaki, he didn't like the cute barrette. Damn it. Dude, you're kidding. I do not tell jokes. So... It's true? Oh my god. A guy? Fujisaki's a boy? Pretty dang obvious? What's this? You guys didn't know? I thought that was pretty dang obvious. Chihiro Fujisaki is a crossdresser.
なんと女装だったか。己燃えやがる。やっときやがった。
That's... He was a cross-dresser? God damn, that's hot. Now I wish I'd done him in.
なるほどね。ギリギリさんが見せたいものってこれのことだったんだね。
That makes sense. So this is what Kirigiri wanted to show everyone.
うっぷっぷっぷっぷ。確かに面白くなってきたね。こいつは盛り上がってまいりましたよ。
Okay, so... Okay, so... Okay. So Fujisaki is a man, which means I'm probably gonna still call her she, just because I'm so used to calling her she, or I'll just call her Fujisaki. I did it again! Ugh! Anyways, so Fujisaki is a man, which means Fujisaki was able to get into the men's changing room, which means that Fujisaki was killed in the men's changing room. Because... But wait, if Fujisaki was killed in the men's changing room, then how did the killer, if men's changing room, and if the killer is a man, then how did... So then, how did he have access to the women's changing room? How do you have access to the women's changing room? Because it doesn't make sense. Oop, 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 you're right about that. That most certainly does make things more exciting. Oh god. Now let's hop back to the courtroom and get the ball rolling again. This time with a little extra oomph. Well, okay. So that Ahem. My humblest apologies for the delay. Court is now back in session. The shocking truth revealed. Chihiro Fujisaki was a boy. Now let's see where you guys go with it.
どんな理由があったかは知らないけど、藤崎千尋は女性ではなく男性だった。それは確かよ。
Now I'm wondering, is Chihiro a unisex name? A unisex Japanese name? Or did Chihiro decide to be called Chihiro? Anyways, I don't know why he chose to dress like that, but one thing's certain, Chihiro Fujisaki was male, not female. It never occurred to me that Fujisaki could be a boy. It completely slipped by me, unnoticed.
そして被害者が男性だったなら男子更衣室にも問題なく入れたはずよ。
With the victim being male, he would have had no problems gaining access to the men's changing room.
やつの電子生徒手帳が男のものならそうなるな。
If his electro ID identified him as male, then yes, you're right.
もちろん男子の電子生徒手帳を配ってあるよ。
You
だ
betcha.
って藤崎くんは男の子だもん。
You betcha. Fujisaki was just a cross-dresser, so of course his electro ID said he was male.
そうなると苗木くんの推理通りだとしても何も問題ないわね。
In which case, there's no problems with Negi's line of reasoning.
被害者は男子更衣室で殺され、その後女子更衣室に運ばれた。
The victim was murdered in the men's changing room, after which he was moved to the women's.
女子更衣室に入るときは前園さんや江ノ島さんの電子生徒手帳を使えば容易だったはずよ。
Accessing the women's changing room is simple. He just needed either Mizono's or Inoshima's electro ID.
では藤崎君が殺された現場は本当に男子更衣室だったのだな。
Then it's true. Fujisaki was actually killed in the men's changing room.
相変わらず現場を移動させた意図はわからないけど、その可能性は高いでしょうね。
We still don't know why the culprit relocated the crime scene, but yes, it seems quite likely.
そうか。妙だと思ったんだ。
I see. I thought something felt off.
あいつの体の感触、女の体の割にはどうも違和感があった。
I couldn't help thinking something was strange about the way his body felt for a woman. I don't want to say this line.
だが、これで繋がった。すべての謎がようやく明らかになったな。
But this finally ties everything together. All my questions have been cleared up.
明らかになるも何も、あんたが犯人って流れだったはずだけど。
Why should you be having your questions answered and when you're our prime suspect?
面白い。実に面白いじゃないか。
Excellent. Truly magnificent.
違う世界に行ってしまいましたな。
My oh my, he's been whisked away to another world.
それで、苗木君はどう思うの？これでもまだ犯人は戸上君だと思うの？
What do you think, Negi? After all this, do you still think Togami did it?
藤崎さんの死をジェノサイダーショーの犯行に見せかけたのは間違いなく戸上君だったと思う。
I have no doubt Togami was responsible for disguising Fujisaki's death as the work of Genocider Show.
だけど僕は
Yeah, I don't believe he killed her. However, I...
やっぱり犯人は戸上君じゃないのかも。
I don't think Togami is the killer.
何の？そもそも苗木誠殿が言い出しっぺなのに？
What? Even though you were the proponent of the theory, Master Makoto Negi?
だって戸上君の余裕の態度は謎が解けるのを楽しんでるみたいだ。
The way he seemed to be egging me on earlier, it was like he was enjoying having his mystery solved.
まるで他人事だよ。そんな風に振る舞っていられるのって。
Like he didn't have anything to worry about. I could only imagine he was able to act like that.
実際に他人事だから。
Because he didn't actually have anything to worry about.
それに戸上君が残した証拠はなんていうかあからさますぎるんだよ。
On top of that, the evidence Togami left was kind of, you know, a little too blatant.
わざわざ延長コードを使うことで自分が関わった証拠をあえて残したような。
Like he intentionally used the extension cord as a way to lead us back to him. But I feel like... But then why would... Then... Would be his reasoning for setting it up as Genocider Show was his way of finding out who Genocider Show is?
そんな風に思えるんだ。
At least that's how I see it.
それに君は殺害現場が男子更衣室だと知った時明らかに動揺した様子を見せたよね。
And what's more, you were obviously caught off guard when you discovered where the murder actually happened.
藤崎さんが男だと知った時もだよ。
As well as when you learned Fujisaki was a boy.
本当の犯人ならそんなところで動揺するはずがないのに。
If you were really the killer, neither of those should have come as a surprise to you.
なるほどな。そうか。明確な根拠がないのが気になるが。
I see. All right. I'm a little concerned by your lack of decisive evidence.
まあいいだろう。とりあえず正解にしておいてやるか。
But I suppose it's good enough. We'll go with your answer being correct.
正解？
Correct?
苗木の言う通りだ。俺は犯人ではない。
Just as Negi says, I'm not the culprit.
たまたま最初に女子更衣室で死体を見つけたんで、あんな偽装をしてみたというわけだ。
I just happened to stumble upon his body in the women's changing room and I modified the scene. That's all. You shitting me, man?
ふざけてなどいない。これが真相だ。
I'm not shitting anyone, it's true.
信じられるか。
Who could believe that?
信じたくないならそれで結構。みんなで仲良く処刑にでもなるか？
If you don't want to believe me, by all means. You're just sending us all to our deaths.
もしそれが本当ならさ、じゃああんたはどうして死体の偽装なんかしたの？
Oh good, I wonder if he's actually going to say why. If what you're saying is true, then why would you do that? Why would you mess up with his body?
そんな理由などどうでもいい。今は犯人を当てる方が重要なはずだぞ。
My reason is unimportant. What matters now is finding the real culprit.
おい、苗木。俺が犯人ではないなら、本当の犯人は誰だというんだ？
Negi, if I didn't kill him, then who is the culprit?
それはもう少し話し合ってみないと わからないけど。
I won't be able to say until we talk things over a bit more.
まだ続けんの？もういいんでない？
This is
どう
extreme.
考えてもトガミッチが犯人だって。
You want to drag this on even longer? Come on, man. No matter how you slice it, Togus is the killer.
私は付き合うわよ。疑問があるならとことん話し合うべき。
We should discuss anything that doesn't sit right with anyone, so you can count me in, Negi.
もしここで判断を誤れば、私たちはみんな揃って処刑されるんだし。
If we come to the wrong conclusion here, then all of us will be executed.
そうですわね。では、私もお付き合いいたしましょう。
She's exactly right. I too shall participate in the discussion.
もちろん俺も参加するべ。
I'm down too, dude.
君には意志というものがないのか。
Have you no independent thought?
昆虫じゃねえし、意志くらいあんぞ。
I'm no insect, of course. I can think for myself.
とにかくもう一度話し合ってみようよ。犯人を決めるのはその後でも遅くないはずだよ。
Anyway, let's keep the conversation going. We don't need to come to a decision right this moment.
確かにそうだな。
Indeed, you have a point.
命かかっちゃってるしね。
Our lives are on the line.
それでは犯人当てゲームの再開といこうか。
Then let's recommence this murder mystery game. If Togami really isn't the murderer, then who is? Who killed Fujisaki? At the very least, the one thing we can say sure about the culprit is that they had access to the crime scene. They must have been male.
これだ。
You need a male's Electro ID to get into the men's changing room, which was the scene of the crime. Since Kawada's Electro ID was out of commission, the culprit must have used their own, meaning the culprit has to be male. But that's not enough to go off of. I need more clues. God. Celeste's testimony.
何か犯人に繋がる手がかりはないのか。
手がかりと言われても
Possible leads.
誰か犯人を目撃していないのか。
してたら最初から
They would have said something, dude.
ならば被害者の目撃でもよい。
今は少しでも新しい情報が必要だしね。
無理無理。
Any
やっ
new
ぱ無理だって
information?
どうせ被害者を目撃したのだって
The only person who saw the victim.
犯人だけだべ。そいつも名乗り出ねえだろうし、もうおしまいだべ。
おしまいなんて嫌だ。
Huh. That's not true. Someone did see Fujisaki on the night of the murder. And she told me as much.
何か犯人に繋がる手がかりはないのか。
手がかりと言われても誰か犯人を目撃していないのか。
So the culprit.
してたら最初から
Okay, so no, his is wrong. His is wrong.
ならば被害者の目撃でもよい。
今は少しでも新しい情報が必要だしね。
無理無理。やっぱ無理だって。どうせ被害者を目撃したのだ
Saw
っ
the
て
victim.
犯人だけだべ。
Oh,
それは違うよ。
I hate it when I press the wrong button. It's like, X, no!